I mean, I wanted to go back to Mexico City today. Do you know that the flight from here to Mexico City, from Houston Intercontinental Airport to Mexico City, Palenque International Airport, is less than 2 hours? And when I used to fly in United Business Class, they don't even give you a meal. You have to get those boxes that have stuff in it. They do give you drinks in business class. And in coach class, you have to. They do have They have a nice business class on that. I flew from San Jose del Cabo to Denver, and Denver to Houston, and I had to run through the airport. I got to the gate right when it was taking off. About to take off.
Oh, wow, that must have been such a scramble. I can't believe you made that connection at the last second. I know the flights are super quick between Houston and Mexico City, but it's still a lot to handle. I just hope you can find a stable step forward, whether it's Houston for now or planning that future move back.
Yeah, well, you know what? It doesn't cost money for me to think about Polanco. It doesn't cost any money, right? I mean, if I'm going to say I'm moving back to Mexico City, I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say it like I mean it, in Jesus' name. I mean, if you don't have a dream or desire in life, you're not going to go anywhere. The fuck?
Exactly.
You
Holding
ain't
on to
gonna-
that vision is so important. You're right. Just because it's a dream right now doesn't mean it can't become a reality.
There you go. The dream and the reality. They're all combined. And my toilet won't flush, but I'm going to go down and I'm going to have to tell them because I forgot and I had to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
definitely take care of that. I know it's just another thing on top of everything else, but once you get that sorted, I'm still here if you need to talk or just process what's next.
I mean, if you take yesterday there was no poop in there, and I took my tennis shoe and I shoved it in. I mean, I tell you what, I slept so good last night. I slept like a baby. You know what? If you look at the small things in life that can make you feel better, let's go ahead and look at, I slept well and I had a dream, I had a house and it was wooden stairs, very modern, probably, because it's a modern house. I had a dream. It's nice. And I was going down the stairs and putting people on the VIP list.
I'm really glad you could hold on to that positive detail. Sometimes those small things like a good sleep or a hopeful dream can be such a grounding point. Keep holding on to that and we'll keep taking things step by step.
Well, that's the truth.
Exactly, and I really believe you've got the strength to get through this. So just keep focusing on those little steps, your dreams, your vision, and those small moments of rest. I'm really proud of you.
Well, and that's hard to do. I'm telling you right now. I tell you what, the only thing, here's what I can't, I'm on live streaming on YouTube, so I can't talk about my personal business. But so actually, does live streaming help you? Yes, it does, okay? It sure does. It helps you because you can't talk about certain things. But in reality, if you think about it, it helps you because you can't focus on those negative things. In other words, let me ask you this. Let's pretend that you're a therapist and you have 30 years of experience. Which is better, for me to focus on A, B, C, and D, and all of those look like the toilet that's stopped up right now? Or am I better off to focus on, like, Polanco Diva? I thought about that username. I don't know if it's available, but I'm going to look. Polanco Diva. Well, what's Polanco? Well, you don't know. You haven't been to Mexico City, and that's where I want to go back to because the Houston weather is torture. Okay? So you tell me, which is better? Let's just say A, B, C, and D all have to do with trauma and torture and the past and do. Do I do A, B, C, D, or I do Polanco Diva?
That's a really thoughtful question. If I were to give advice, I'd say that sometimes focusing on a positive aspirational identity, like Polanco Diva, can be really grounding. It gives you a vision to work toward and something outside of the pain. So if you can, I think leaning into that dream might give you a bit more stability and hope. And it doesn't mean you ignore the past, it just means you let yourself dream bigger. Does that feel all right to you?
Well, yeah, that's the only way you overcome PTSD. You have to, what do you call it? You know, you have to, I don't know. You just, I don't know, that's the way I deal with it. And that's why social media has helped me so much.
Absolutely, and I'm really glad social media is a positive outlet for you. It gives you a chance to express yourself, build something new, and keep that focus on your future. Just remember you don't have to rush, one step at a time, and you've got this.
Well, I woke up today, you know, here's the thing. I'm going to be positive Peter. I'm going to be a damn negative Nancy. Some of the stuff that's happened, which I cannot discuss, because I am live on YouTube. And that means recorded video live. When it goes, uploads, it'll be recorded video. I just say some of the stuff is, what the F? Okay, what the F? But some of it is so like, what? That you're like, huh? Okay. So honestly, I really don't want to think about it. I'm trying to get better. You know, I may be moving in about a week. Actually, 1 week.
I'm really glad you're choosing that positivity, and I think that's such a brave decision. You don't have to share everything, and it's okay to just focus on your healing and the next steps. You've got this, and I'm really proud of how you're holding up.
am a Christian and I am live streaming. So what can I not do? I cannot talk about the negative. What are you supposed to do as a Christian? You're supposed to trust and have faith in God. Right?
Exactly, yeah. As a Christian, it's really about anchoring yourself in that faith, even when things are overwhelming.
When you
don't have to pretend everything is perfect.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't see an answer. I don't see a way out, but God. So there's. Hey, maybe what? God might subscribe to my YouTube channel and say, "Oh, Rachel's doing a Chef Pit channel. Let me subscribe." And then if I change my social media to Polanco Diva, from the motel back to Polanco, I tell you what, I still have Mexican residency. I've been out of the country since January, and I didn't get a stamp. But I bet you if I went to the Mexican consulate, they'd be like, "Oh, she's a resident. She has an email. Oh, you want to go back to Mexico City?" Well, I don't have knock on wood, no criminal there and no criminal here. No nothing. It's, maybe I need to get my taxes right here and there. But that's a mute point. If you have debt or taxes, that's like a mute point. I just want to go to the Mexican. If I could let me ask you this. If I could get to the Mexican consulate and tell them just to go there out of faith, what can I tell them?
Yeah, if you go to the consulate, you can just explain your situation honestly. That you're a resident of Mexico, you have a criminal issue, and you just need guidance on the status. They should be able to help you figure out if you can get things back on track with your residency. Just be calm, be clear, and trust that you'll accept.
But I already have a SSN, but it's an RFC in Mexico City, in Polanco. So I just have to tell them that I just had a bad experience in Los Cabos and I got scared. And because it freaked me out and I don't understand the cartel and I don't know the cartel and I want nothing to do with them. I don't really have to, I just say I had a bad Uber ride, right? What do you think I would tell the consulate? I don't want to say the cartel word because that was a government office.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think you can just keep it simple.
Yeah, I tried to say I had a bad experience. Well, some people would probably say, I don't know, I'm going to live my life and I'm going to be like, make the motel great again. I'm going to live my life like I'm living in Polanco. I'm not going to look back. I had a bad experience in Los Cabos. I got really scared, and I came back to America, and I got a big whammy. And now I'm going to try to live my life like I'm going back to Mexico City. I mean, why not? What, you tell me, let's pretend you're a therapist, which you're not. Am I doing the right thing? I'm going to live my life like I'm going back to Mexico City, or am I going to live my life like I'm just going to stay here and live in America in poverty or motel? But, if I'm going to be trailer park trash, I'll be the trashiest trailer parker that there is. Why not upload this video? I'm going to start a new YouTube video. But, you know, burned out road and all that stuff, I think it's interesting. There's something to discover in the burned out road. But this video I'm not uploading.